Hey guys, today I'm going over my MR920L Elite and my MR920. This is just going to be a quick overview and some of the differences between the Elite models and the Foundation models. The MR920 is the Foundation model, by the way. I really like these ergonomics of these shadow systems. I like the replaceable back frames, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Right here, I have a 507C with the ACSS reticle on it. It's really nice. I haven't had any issues with it, but the MR920L is going to have the same length slide as the Glock 17, but I'll get more on that later. So right here, I like to have like a little thumb shelf. It's a little extended. I put the magwell on there. That's a Shadow Systems magwell. I'm running a TLR1. I believe this is the HL model. If not, I have the HL on my other one. It's got a fluted barrel. It's got really nice serrations on top and on the side. It's got window cuts on the slide, as you can see. I did forget to mention that it does have night sights, and those sights are suppressor height sights. Those do come with that Elite model. Now, this is that Foundation model, so this is the step below the Elite model. This is like their lowest tier. I got a really good deal on this. I'm running an Trijicon RMR. I think it's an RM01. As you can see, it has front and rear serrations, and it is angled on the front, but there are no window cuts, and the serrations are different. They're a little bit wider and not as sharp as you can see as in the Elite model, and it doesn't have the top side serrations. But I do like, as I showed earlier, that it has those cutouts on the slide, the top of it, to make it angled for press checks, because I'm a big fan of press checking. It does have those thumb shelves there, and then the stock magwell. This is how the other one came when it before I threw the magwell on there. It has a little bit of flaring there, and you can see the little bit of flaring inside. And yeah, it's dirty. I know. Don't give me too much grief. Here, I'm just showing more of the flaring, and you can see there is a plug fill. That's how the magazine well attaches, and it has removable and replaceable back strips on each model, the Foundation model and this Elite model. So for those of you who aren't aware, the Elite's like their top model, and then the Foundation, like I said, is that bottom tier model. But just by removing these pins, you can remove the magwell and the back straps, and it comes with replaceable back straps. As you saw on the Foundation model for the sights, it just came with the basic Glock sights, and they're not bad. I used it with the iron sights for a while, but the triggers are the same on both, as you can see. A nice crisp trigger. You when you pull in, you reach a nice wall, and it has a nice crisp reset. I'd say the trigger's about smooth out. It's about 4 to 5 pounds. It's a lot cleaner than a Glock trigger, but it's not much lighter than a Glock trigger. But it does have that, more of a flat facing trigger that I like. On the magwell here, as you can see on this model, it pushes against my pinky. You can see where this is white and red, and then it actually pushes it up into the trigger guard when I actually squeeze down. So that's why I really like this magwell. It allows me to get a really good grip on this firearm and really control that recoil. It's pretty flat shooting. I'll have show some shooting footage on a later date. But as you can see, it's the same trigger. You meet a wall, comes back, nice positive reset, and go ahead and pull the trigger again. Like I said, it's a nicer trigger than the Glock trigger, but it's lighter than the Glock trigger, but not by a terrible amount. So what I do like about having both these models is that the reason why I haven't decked out one grip frame is that you can change the slides on each of these since they take the same grip frame. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and swap that Foundation model's the G19 length slide and barrel and upper assembly with the Elite model. And I do this on occasion. Um, sometimes I want to run that shorter barrel to have a light, and I don't feel like taking a light off of a different gun or taking it off the different frame. I could just simply boom swap the slide, and now I have that shorter barrel on there, and vice versa. Sometimes I want to run something a little bit longer if I'm going out, and I don't really want to run the light 'cause it's during the day. I carry both these guns, and I just love the fact that you can go ahead and just swap them, and you're just showing it in. Boom, trigger works, resets, works again. Same thing here. Go ahead, dry fire it, show you. But real quick swap, and you can go ahead and take that light off and everything. Because the Elite model, when it's how it's all decked out, I keep that as a bedside gun, and it's very cumbersome to carry. So I like the fact that I could still get the advantage of having that full length slide on that frame without having to carry that specific gun. Or vice versa. I sometimes I want to not don't need that extra length. I want something a little shorter, but I still want to have the light and everything. Makes it a little less cumbersome to carry. So it's nice to have the ability to swap back and forth. And I did that for a while. Now that I did it for a while before I had the RMR mounted, and now that I have the RMR mounted, I don't really. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a quick comparison between the Glock 17 and the MR920L and the MR920. So you can see, like I said, same length slide. And then obviously this is like comparing a G19 to a G17 for those who don't know, but so to give you guys just the size comparison, give you more an idea. I'll go ahead and lay the firearms on there and just so you can get a better idea. As you can see, the barrel is shorter, the grip frame is shorter, optic makes it taller. And with the MR920L, with that magwell extension on there, it is pretty much the same length as that magwell adds a little length to it. I don't know, this is just a quick overview. I can go really more in depth. I haven't had any issues with reliability as far as them being maintained. I've pushed one past the elite model past 1,000 rounds before without cleaning and started having some issues, but that's about it. Later, guys.